All right, we got Blake. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the channel.
What's up? I'm Blake, the hero guy.
Give us your background with the hero deck.
The only deck I've ever played. So been playing it for like 5 or 6 years. So
yeah, I know you would.
He's
the best deck.
Elite hero player right here.
Yeah,
so we'll
for
get,
sure.
the deck profile from him.
Anyone's. Yeah.
You sure you don't want?
Cool. Start off with the main deck.
You're actually just lying. This looks bad.
Start with the monsters. Playing Triple Stratos. Best card in the game.
I always sold them a long time ago.
Turn around. Best card in the
I
game.
extra my Ultra's deck.
Yeah, I don't have to explain what he does.
Yeah.
2 Shadow Miss.
You wouldn't know.
This is all for the Elemental Heroes. We're playing 2 Shadow Miss because for follow up, and for the last Elemental Heroes playing these 3. These 2 are standard. This is for I'm playing him because of Lancia, and I'm also playing 2 Poly in my list.
What does it do?
Basically on summon, I add a polymerization for my and then he has another effect that on the following turn, if he lives, I can dump an elemental hero, and he copies attribute, but that effect never comes up. It's just to play around Lancia and stuff, and to get a poly off if a hero lives. Revision heroes, playing standard. This has become the standard.
Those are your starters, correct?
Starters, extender. This is an extender. This is the starter, and this is the garnet. This is the standard for everyone. Some people play 2 increase, but I prefer 1 because if you draw it, you can still do other plays, and you don't want to draw another copy.
All right.
And then for Destiny Heroes, I'm playing Double Malicious because he's at 2. You play more if you could.
Put the windows down or some shit.
For Destiny Hero, for one-ofs for Destiny Heroes, I'm playing Plasma as just another way to play around D-Barrier. Denier is the best main Destiny hero as under level 4, and Dark Angel's like a win condition himself.
What does the middle one do?
Denier's a free special summon, and on summon I can take a Destiny hero from pretty much anywhere and put it to the top of the deck. And then Dark Angel is part of the combo where I give him to my opponent, and then it's basically Imperial Order for them, and it works for it stops Super Poly Regeki, all those cards, and Mystic Mind, those cards you normally use.
Sweet.
And for the last monster, just playing the Evil Hero Dust of Gold, playing the Evil Hero Engine.
What's up?
For spells, playing Triple Hero Lives because at 3,
Standard.
it's the best card.
Just got it off the ban list.
Yep,
Right?
just got it off the ban list. Best card in my deck for sure.
Broken.
Half my life points doesn't mean anything to summon Stratos or Blaze Man or anything from my deck to grab Poly or grab Shadow Miss for mass change. Triple E call because I want to play every game, and also because I'm playing multiple polymerization spell, it lets me turn Poly into like a really good extender because I can grab Liquid and fuse away with it.
Solid.
3 mass change because Dark Wall is good against certain decks, but it's actually not that good against like Sword Soul, which is like what I play against most of the time. But so it's good going second, but going first, you usually don't prioritize Dark Wall.
Solid.
For 2 ofs, playing 2 Fusion Destiny, best card in my deck.
Now actually exclusive for the heroes, right?
Yeah, pretty much because Verte's banned, so like most people, some decks still play it, but like you're playing just as many garnets as you are for like your actual spell that you're trying to draw. So some people don't deem it worth it, but it's really good in my deck.
Solid.
Because if I start off with this, people think I bricked, but then I'll just send Malicious and Denier, and then they're like, oh shit, and that's full combo.
Crazy.
Other 2 ofs I'm playing are 2 talents, didn't draw it at all, but
Talk about the idea.
card's good. I mean, it's just good. It's just the best, one of the best going first or second card. So it's just a generic card.
Good tech.
Yep, it's all right. I didn't draw it today, so I don't know how well it would have performed. 2 Poly, just because you want to see this every game, and a lot of the times, like I play this deck every week, so a lot of people like are kind of learning how my deck works, and they're stopping me from getting to this, and then my deck shuts down. So that's why I have to adapt and play other ways to get to Poly, so I can still play the game.
Solid.
So one of the ways is hard drawing it, one of the ways is Blaze Man. And for 1-ofs, I'd play 3 of this if I could. I only own 1, Rhoda, Garnet, Miracle Fusion. It's okay to draw, but you don't prefer not to, and the best card in the game.
Call by degree.
Stops Drool and all that. So for extra deck, we'll start off with the Masked Heroes, just playing 2 Dark Claw. I like 3, but I couldn't fit it with what I wanted to play. This is like one of the win conditions of the deck. Other Masked Heroes, I'm playing Blast. Blast lets you play around. It's really good against back row decks because he's a quick effect bounce of a spell or trap, and it also allows you to, when you use Stratos' effect to pop spells and traps, it lets you dodge if they try to negate it, and it also lets you, it gives you an additional different hero monster so you get an extra pop. And then Acid for the combo with Abz where you blow up their back row, but that didn't come up. Doesn't come up very often, but just in case. For elemental heroes, played Escarado just because he's a dark. Sunrise because he's the going second main thing you make. And Abzi for board wipes. For Destiny heroes, I'm playing Dangerous and Phoenix Enforcer. This is the best card in the game also. And then Dangerous just helps you. It's a lot of people don't make this as often, but I try to make this like almost every game just because it puts another Destiny hero monster in the graveyard for Dark Angel, and also you can pitch a card and send Denier from your deck, which lets you keep going through multiple hand traps. So that's those two, and this is like you make this card pretty much. You try to make that card every game, and if you don't, you lose. Then for the last fusions, I'm playing Malicious Bane and Trinity. Trinity came up today. I killed a Sword Soul opponent with it because their guys. I token collected him and he passed, and then so he had just like a bunch of little tiny monsters, and Trinity plus Honesty was like 75 over that, and then the Monk, and then he died. And then Malicious Bane is just another boss monster who can make going second. For Lynx, playing Wonder Driver. This card is really underutilized. This card lets me like play through like it going first. It helps me set up my boards. It's one of the ways to play through multiple hand traps, especially if they stop the poly for some reason. If they negate the poly, you can just reset it and keep going. And then this card you make probably every game. You just link to summon a Destiny hero back. You can also summon DPE back, tribute another Destiny hero, and you add any hero in the hand. You add any hero to your hand. Just lets you play through everything. And the last card of my extra deck
The Bagooska?
is Bagooska. This card was so broken.
I did not know that was in there.
If you get the idea is if you get debarriered against like
they call for
Sword Soul or anything. Today I made it. I made it 2 out of 3 of the games I played against Flunder because they can't play out of this card. So then I would just they would they would dimensional shifter me, and then I had 2 level 4s on the board, summon this, and then I passed and he couldn't play. And then I just switched it to attack, normal summon Vion, and killed him.
Sick.
And here's for the side deck. My side deck's really terrible,
You next?
but I have 3 Dark Lord no more. Didn't draw that.
Want a Thunder in there?
Triple Regeki, this card's actually pretty good right now.
Regeki.
It beats like Sword Soul and like Flunder and stuff like that, and it's not bad against Despia.
You have to assist to that.
It's not bad against Despia because then they don't have a monster on the field for Brennan in red.
Okay.
But I didn't play against any
Yeah, I didn't see
Despia.
it either.
And then for going first, I have 2 Rivalry. The idea is you give them Dark Angel, and then you flip Rivalry, and then they're locked into Warriors. So they can't link it away. They can't normal summon anything because they're locked into Warriors, and not every deck's playing Warriors. So that was the idea behind that. And it's good against Despia, but I didn't play against any. For back row hate, I'm playing 2 Twin, 1 Harpies, and 1 Red Reboot. This is just standard, and this is for D-Bear because it's really hard for my deck to play through that. And this is just for in case I go through any back row decks. And then for the last cards on my side deck,
The tech.
is I only own 1, so I'm playing 1 for the 1 D barrier, and then I had 1 extra spot, so I played Token Collector, and I drew it against the Sword Soul guy. So I'd probably play more of this instead of this, but I just wanted to try this today because I only own 1.
Solid. All right. Any closing remarks on the deck, Blake?
It's the best deck. It's always been the best deck.
Best
So
deck. Hero player.
XD.
Blakers. Out here with
Sir.
the heroes, giving us the work. Blake, appreciate it, bro.
thank you, Kraken King.